Okay, hello, welcome. Grab a cup of tea. So my name is Claire. We are getting to the end of March right now, and so that means planning for the next month in my little bullet journal. This is my bullet journal here, and essentially I want to plan out for April. And I was thinking, okay, what theme do I want to go for March? I went for a very like gold, I don't know, plant theme. It was very green. I think that was the theme for that month. It was very green and gold. I came across this YouTuber. I think her YouTube name is didvbujo bullet journal, and she does really cool collages for her bullet journal spreads, and I really enjoyed that, so I thought I would do something similar. I really love Muchelleb. Like, she does this little thing called the life like a manifestation board. I forgot. Life board, a manifestation board. I've literally forgotten what it's called. I'll put the name here. It's sort of like a Pinterest board, and you sort of grab pictures of what you really want your life to sort of look like. So far I have created a little Pinterest board for what images that I want to put in my bullet journal and in my spreads. And again, these are sort of things that I just sort of want to manifest throughout April. So I printed my little images out here, but whilst I'm cutting these up, I thought I'd have a little chat. I'd have a little chat with you guys, because I feel like you guys don't really know me that well so far. I mean, I've done a bunch of these, and you know, I feel like you don't really know who I am as of yet. What I'm using to cut them out is, okay, so being an art student, all art students know, especially in the UK, you have to cut out a lot of things, and normally this is the peasant's way. It's the peasant's way of using scissors, but I discovered this year. So I discovered the amazing things that a scalpel can do, and oh my god, please do it. Only get it if you are of age, and or if you are younger than 18, like get your parents to supervise you, or just make sure. Please be careful. Please be careful. It is sharp, and it is probably shouldn't be waving this around. So I got a scalpel recently, and I got a cutting board, and I've been using this for other things, for like bigger projects, but then I realized, hold on a second, I can use these to cut out these. And obviously, oh my god, don't do it if you're not cutting out like loads of images. But normally whenever I have to do collages, or I have to do like lots of things for art, I have like 40, 50 images that I need to cut out and put into straight lines and make sure it's neat, and I really just don't have time to constantly be using my scissors for that, and it's so fiddly, and it's frustrating when it's not accurate, and then anyway, it's just a whole ordeal, and it's a whole mess, and it's so much more easier to just use a scalpel, a cutting board, and a ruler. When using all three of these things, I get the most perfect straight lines. They don't take me forever. They take me a very short period of time, and my pictures come out great, and that means I'm spending less time cutting out pictures and more time actually creating and doing the stuff that I actually need to be doing, stuff of actual substance. Please do not play around with your scalpels, guys. It's dangerous. Be sensible. Okay. So, new sort of angle, I guess, and I'm going to just be walking you guys through the basics of who I am, I guess. I am currently a university student. However, I am not at the moment doing my bachelor's degree. I essentially just finished high school or secondary school, for those in the UK. I finished that last year in 2020. I know, weird way to end 7 years at this one school. But I just finished high school, and essentially the plan was to take some form of a year out before going on to do my bachelor's, because I just wanted, you know, for me especially, I love academia, don't get me wrong. I want to do a master's. I even really want to do a PhD at some point, but I think it was just the case of, since I knew that's where I wanted to go, I knew I wanted to go into academia, I knew I wanted to do all that kind of stuff. I was like, I don't think there's really anything wrong with taking a year out to be sure that's the path that I want to go on, because once you make that decision, it's really hard to go back, and especially once you start spending money on your bachelor's and your university degrees. I just wanted to make sure that I was really sure on what I wanted to do, and so I decided that I wanted to take some form of a year out, and I ended up coming across an art foundation. And essentially what an art foundation is it's sort of like a pre-degree course. So essentially people take it to prepare their portfolios for applying to university, for example, or to essentially just try out different forms of art to see what they want to do, essentially. So especially if you didn't have the resources back in high school to do and explore, then the art foundation allows you to do so. So essentially at the moment I'm doing an art foundation. I'm in my final stretch. Oh, another key point of it is that it's free. I know, it's great, it's free if you're under 19. So really, I was like, once I found that out, I was like, what do I have to lose? I literally have nothing to lose by doing it. And you know, people are always like, oh, but if you take a year out, you're going to be 1 year behind everyone else. Literally, no one cares how old you are by the time you become 18. No one cares. Like, it's like, oh, you're an adult. You can be anywhere on the spectrum from 35 to 20 and I would have no clue. So age really doesn't matter, and so many people end up taking gap years anyway. Yeah, so essentially I am doing an art foundation at the moment, and it's been really fun. I've been really enjoying it. It really allowed me to, like I said, it really allowed me to become sure of what I wanted to do, and actually what I want to do is go off and be an archaeologist. But it allowed me the space and the breathing space to find out actually, like, what did I like about archaeology? What was my purpose within archaeology? Why did I want to go into it? And it's pretty daunting questions, don't get me wrong, but it really allowed me the breathing space to figure out what exactly I wanted to do, and whether I wanted to continue to pursue art or if I wanted to do archaeology. And I eventually decided archaeology was right for me. To conclude on that, I'm essentially finishing up my art foundation in a couple weeks time. We're in our last stretch. It's our final project of the year. It really flew by so quickly. It's crazy how fast it went by. But essentially I'm in my last stretch, so I finish around May time, and in the autumn this year, autumn 2021, in September, I am going to UCL to do archaeology with a placement year. It's nice to be really sure that this is where I want to go. I think that's the thing. I'm a very indecisive person. I end up weighing the pros and cons like 500 times, but at the end of the day I go with what sort of feels right with my gut, my intuition, if you would call it that. And it's really nice to have just such a strong feeling in your gut that this is the right choice for you, you know. But yeah, I'm not regretting doing my art foundation. by no stretch of the means. I'm so grateful that he's given me the like breathing space, like I said, to find out what exactly I want to do and find out if the path that I'm currently going on is the right thing for me, and at the moment I think it is. But who knows. That's really what I've learned about this whole situation and throughout this whole thing, is that, you know, paths change, your decisions can go awry, and something might not work out in your favor. But I don't really mind that. I don't really mind that uncertainty. I'm never really scared thinking about that. But essentially, that's what's happening now. I'm going to be going to UCL, staying in my home city. Woohoo! For those who don't know, I grew up in South London. I also might make a video at some point about what it's like to go to university whilst living at home. Because since I live in South London and rent in London is bloody expensive, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be paying money to rent a place that I could literally travel to in like half an hour for free on the train. And the reason why I say for free, because I bet other Londoners are going to be like, not for free, you have to pay. My dad's a bus driver in central London, so I get free travel. So I really don't really have any reason to be moving out. But that's just the case. That's the decision I made. Other people have made different decisions. I know people who have moved out and they're loving it. I didn't care enough to move to justify all that money that I would need to be spending. And plus, I lose my free travel once I'm not living in the same house as my dad. So, you know, that kind of sucks. Anyway, I cut out all of the little pictures. There you go. It was really quick. Took me, if you guys weren't here, it would probably have taken me like 5 minutes. But cut all of these out. What's really satisfying is that once you've cut all of them out, you have like a little perfect little grid. I don't know who's going to find that helpful anyway. But now I think the plan is, now that I've cut all of these out, I think I'm going to plan out how I'm going to lay them in my journal. And also I have a bunch of other materials that I want to use as well. So craft paper, old wallpaper, even like stuff from magazines or like patterns that I find interesting. So I think I'm going to have a look what I can use in that, and I will be right back. As you can tell from my years of being an art student, I have acquired a lot of magazines and similar things. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. These are my images. You guys saw them before. Essentially, I have loads of wallpaper. If you have to do a lot of collages, if you need wallpaper or any sort, don't buy it. Go to something that has like homeware or sells wallpaper, and most of the time they have like racks in which you can take like a strip from, so that you can, normally it's so that you can like press up against your wall and see if it looks good. But it's also great for art students who need wallpaper for various collages, so that they can have different textures. And so I have a bunch of different wallpaper, and all of them, which I'm very happy about, sort of go with this theme, the sort of color theme that I'm going for, and it will sort of go really nicely with all of the different colors, and so I think it's going to look really nice, and I'm going to do a cool little collage with that. I've been changing my systems a lot recently. I've been changing a lot of my systems on all platforms, not just my bullet journal. I've been changing it on my calendar, I've been changing it on my Notion, but now that I sort of have systems that really work well for me, I think it's really good to acknowledge when your systems aren't working well, when your systems are working still. But if your systems aren't working best for what your life is, how your life is at that moment, then I think it's really good to be flexible and acknowledge that you can change your systems at any time if you want to. Really good to acknowledge that you don't need to always stick to a system, and you can always change. And it's always fun to change your system, you know, it's always fine to change your system, but especially if it's not working out well for you. I think I'm going to get started laying certain things out and plan certain things, where certain things are going to be.
I couldn't see with how close I was. It's not hard to find if your grip is loose enough. How lucky to be by your side, to feel your stare. Sick as a dog, I run my hands through your hair. Running on time, darling, aren't we all? I think you could show me something that I won't need to resolve. So twist my words until you can find a way to make them work for you. Your windshield drawings start to fade. Oh, my heart will change. I wait for nothing. The intense rearrange, making space where there was none before.
Okay, so I am done. It's making me really excited for the month of April and all of the fun things I have planned. This video has gone long enough, so all I'm going to do now is do a little flip through of what my final spread looks like, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you gained some inspiration to maybe start your own bullet journal if you haven't done a bullet journal and if you think it might work for you. I hope you enjoyed this. Without further ado, let's move on to the flip through. Cool, so this is my first spread. This is my title page and my habit tracker. So on my title page it just has my main goals. So to go outside more, do yoga every day, become more consistent at social media, and drink more water. And then here are my habits. So yoga, water, journal, Bridget. Bridget's my dog, so I walk the dog every day. 30 minutes of reading every day at least, and no phone in the morning. So those are the habits I'm really trying to get a hold of in this month. Here is my monthly spread. Just has the basic month calendar, nothing really that special about it, but I really liked the collage that I did around the edges. Again, it's nothing really fancy, but I enjoy it. It's fun. And then here are my basic weeks. I messed up on the edge here, so this is my bullet journal for this video, and I hope you had fun. We had a little chat. If you like me, then subscribe, like this video, comment if you want. Sorry, that was a scream. I don't know, did someone die? I have no clue. But if you like me, please give this a like and a comment and a subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you very, very soon with another video. Okay, cool. Bye.